Hello Flosstube friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne, the Story Stitcher, and I am so glad that you're here. It's been about a month since my last Flosstube, and I have an update for you. A kind of a big important update, as well as some stitching plans, a little gift, and a few other things. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. I have been thinking about filming this video for a couple of weeks and had a big life twist. If you follow me on social media, you already know what that is. And so I wanted to hop on here and share with you today, so that way we could just chit chat and maybe even swap encouragement. So let's dive on in with the life update. So it's one of the reasons why I haven't filmed yet, and I've been thinking of finding the words and finding the heart to explain that I have a difficult health prognosis, a difficult health journey that I'm on and that I'm going through, and had some health troubles starting back in the spring, and the doctors ran some tests and they discovered that I have cancer. And those are hard words to say. They're hard words to hear. And God has been good. That's what I can say. I am feeling optimistic. The doctors are sounding optimistic. And so that's where we're at. And again, it's one of the reasons why I had not yet filmed, is I just couldn't quite wrap my head around much beyond working through some tests and things. And so that is the big update. And it is obviously very bittersweet news to share. It's something that has definitely rocked my world. However, in the midst of this, God has been so faithful and so kind to me. And I have gotten so many prayers, so much encouragement. Hundreds of people are praying for me and cheering me on and sharing their own stories and their own journeys. And it's giving me hope. That is my word for this season, is hope. And hope is all around me. And I'm really, really thankful for that. So I have been stitching, and I'm going to show you some stitching as well. And I've been stitching with my mom. And so one of the things that we have been doing, my mom and I, is we just hang out. In the last few weeks, she comes over, she makes me food, she brings me her warmth and her energy and her courage. She's got such a fighting spirit. If you saw her on my one video here on the channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is very vibrant and very loving. And so she's been coming over. We've been having some little stitchy dates, and I have a little bit of progress to show you from those. Before I dive in, I do want to say that I will, just so you guys have all the information, I will be starting treatment soon. In about a week and a half is the idea to start treatment. So I am really, really thankful to be with a wonderful hospital, and they're taking really, really good care of me, and we're doing all the things. So we've got a big plan in place, lots of amazing doctors, and they're going to help me. They're going to help me through this process. So I would be honored by your prayers and your encouragement in the chat. Just knowing that you're out there, I'm sending a hug, and I would love your hug in return, and just want to thank you all. We also do have a GoFundMe that a friend of mine started. I'll link it below, and I'll see if I could put a QR. They have a QR code. Maybe I could pop it here, and that is to help cover some of the medical costs. We have a couple of additional medical costs, and so that has been amazing to get so much support there. So whether you want to share that way, whether you want to just drop an encouraging note, whether you just want to pray for me right this moment, or any other lovely things, just know that they mean the world to me. I usually respond to every comment in the coming weeks. If I don't respond to a comment and you see that, I give it a heart. Know that that heart means that I have read it, I have cherished it, I have savored it. It's a good chance it's made me cry. I cry really easy these days. So just know that even if I'm not as active in sending longer responses, know that that heart is a very powerful heart, and I mean it with all of my heart. So on to stitching days with mom. That's what April was stitching days with mom. We would sit on the porch and be in our comfy chairs and talk and pray and laugh and watch movies, and we would just stitch. She'd bring her cross stitch. So I have 2 projects that I'm going to show you, but I want to show you a little thing that my mom made for me. It is this little pillow. I got this for her. This is one of the patterns that you saw me show from the attic, and it is a little pillow that she finished for me. It says all will be well. And so when everything began, she came over and was maybe halfway through this and spent a number of days with me stitching away with her little hands, and she gifted this to me. I'm probably trying not to cry is what I'm doing now. So I'm trying not to cry because it just means so much. And all of us out there stitching on whatever projects that we're working on, those have purpose, you know, and those have love poured into them. And this is a wonderful example of what those gifts can do, what those gifts can mean, and the comfort that they can bring. And so I love my little pillow, my little reminder that all will be well. I keep it on my bed with me. If I'm discouraged, I kind of tuck it right here under my chin if I'm napping or resting or something. And this is just a reminder of hope and courage and all of those good things, and that all will be well. So she did it. There's her little initials. There's my mom's little initials, and she dated it for 2025. The pattern was in all black, so it's meant to be kind of like an all black motif, but she wanted it to have color, and I'm so glad that she did. She had some variegated DMC flosses and just went to town with the color, and I think it brings so much joy. So thank you, Mom, for my lovely gift with all my little bees. And here's the back. It's a cute little cross stitch and sewing pattern. So I love seeing her little stitches. She would hate that I show you, but I love seeing her little stitches because I think of her little hands sewing this up. So blessed by that gift from Mom. And yeah, it brings me a lot of joy. Another little gift that I got this week was a message from Barbara from the channel Stitching and Tea with Bee. I'm sure you've seen it. She's lovely, and she sent me a really sweet message on Instagram letting me know that I had a little shout out in the Just Cross Stitch magazine for summer of 2025, and I was super delighted to, for one, get her message. It was well timed, and for 2, to know that it might have been Barbara herself, because in the shout out it said it was Barbara. So Barbara, if it's the same Barbara, thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's a different Barbara, thank you both, but it might be the same Barbara. Yeah, I was really honored to get that little note and to see the little write-up. It's on page 43 of Just Cross Stitch magazine. So that really brought some joy to my week. And what do you say we take a little look at some stitching? Let's start with some whips. And as you can imagine, I kept stitching pretty simple this month. I was very thankful for cross stitch as a way, when I was resting and not feeling good, a way to keep my hands busy, keep my mind busy. And it was just, it's so simple and so pure and so comforting. So I was very, very thankful for that. And I kept it really simple. I only worked on 2 of my projects because it's all I had the brain space for. I just went into this space where I couldn't really contemplate many things except for the few key things that I was trying to do and sort out. And so I kept stitching really, really simple. And that's okay. I'm glad for that. So the first one that I have is here in my little project bag. And I have a picture of it, but it's so teeny tiny, I can't really ever see it. But it's called Bunnies and Daffodils. And I will put the name of the designer down in the description because I always struggle to pronounce it. But it's by the Sunflower Diaries. I'll put an image of it here for you. The adorable motif of the bunnies and the daffodils. When I look at this piece, it tells me of a little journey that I've been on lately. And that brings me courage and a reminder of every little stitch takes us somewhere, right? So here's my progress. It's looking really cute. I definitely did not iron, and that's fine. Here's my progress. So the last time you saw this little one, I had done this section, I had done this little rabbit. I went ahead and added the sweet little house and the other rabbit on the other side. She's really cute. They're both supposed to be the same color, but I thought a little bright white rabbit, bright white bunny would be cute. And I think she turned out really nice. There she is, the little dress. So I have a few things to add, a few little purple flowers, and just a teeny tiny bit more to add, but I'm hoping this one will be a finish soon. And I am stitching it on a 28 count fabric in the color Wren. It's a Lugana. And I love this color. I love the modeling. There's a real subtle modeling to it. I think you can see it. So been working away on that. And different pieces remind me of different stages of the last few weeks, different milestones, I should say. And they tell me that story of being on a journey. So very thankful for this little piece. It's brought me some joy. The second piece is a little kit that I started. I just really wanted to do something very, very simple. Again, my mind was just kind of in a fog, and so I thought I'm just going to reach for something very, very simple. I had this little teeny tiny dimensions kit that I started. Let's see if I can find you the picture. Here it is. There it is. Isn't that pretty? It is called Lakeside Morning, and it's a Dimensions Petites. It's their gold collection. I thought it was just joyful. I saw those chairs. I thought of my husband and I sitting there looking out at a beautiful view, and it's something that I dream of, is making it through this process and getting to go on some adventures with him and just celebrate life and celebrate God's goodness. So that's what this one reminds me of, and I think it was perfect. Now, I have a little bit of a false start and a restart. What I ended up doing is I started with the called for fabric. I started with the fabric that came with the kit, and I'll show you my start. This is it. This is the sky and a little bit of the tree. So this is just a couple of days of stitching. It was really fun and easy, but the reason why I restarted it is because this is an 18 count, and it was just a little bit uncomfortable. I wasn't as relaxed. I just want to stitch in any setting. I don't want to think about having a really proper setup and lighting, and I'm just kind of stitching when I'm in the mood. So this was making it a little more cumbersome, and it's also small enough that I felt like for the work that I'm doing, I wanted it to be a little bit larger. So I decided to, it's not FFO. What is it when you don't finish? DNF? What's the acronym? Let me know. I didn't finish this because I decided to start over on a 14 count. So this is my new start, and it's on a 14 count Aida in a hoop. This is actually the center. I did a center start. There is my start. So again, this is about maybe 2 days worth of stitching, and it is the very, very middle, right around there, I believe, with the lighter parts of the water. So I'm having more fun with it on 14 count Aida. It's going to be a little bit more space. This one was feeling very, very crowded. I felt like I didn't have much margin. So I have a little bit more margin, and I'm flying like the wind faster. The stitches are flowing faster and smoother and sweeter. So that has been great. The reason why I really enjoyed this is because it's already kitted up. I don't know about you. Do you ever just enter a season where you just need something new? You just need something that has no strings attached, no previous anything. It's not the former you, it's the current you. That's what I needed. All of my other projects, I looked at them and thought, it's a different time for me. I'm going to get back to those, but I'm not that Joanne right now. I'm just not. I'm becoming a different one, hopefully a braver one, as I go through certain things. And so I was ready for something for the new Joanne. And so having something that was kitted up was nice because I didn't have to think about it at all. There is the other floss card. So this is my first dimensions kit. Let's just unravel it. Why not? This is my first dimensions kit, and I'm enjoying I mean, this isn't too complicated, right? 2 little dainty floss cards and some sweet summery colors. I don't think this is DMC. It might be. It doesn't feel like DMC. It feels a little coarser, so I'm not quite sure what the floss brand is. But it's working well, and I'm having a good time with it. So that is all for my stitching. This might be a very short video, and that's okay. I just wanted to hop on here and give you an update and say hello, and for you to see my face, to know that I'm here, that I'm thinking of you, and that I'm grateful for you. So I will tell you 2 more things. I know I'm like super low here, but that's all right. Kitchen renovation is done. So this is the fabric. This is my reminder because it's the fabric of my curtains. Isn't that pretty? It's this little ticking stripe. I got them off of Amazon and they were too long, so I hemmed them and I saved the remnant because I thought, wouldn't that be cute to do a little pillow finish? Or 12, right? Adorable. So that's what that's for. But it's reminding me to tell you about the kitchen renovation because you all cheered me on in the last video. And it is finished. I'll put the before and after photos up here for you. I'll put a before photo so you can see what it looks like. We had some older flooring, some oak cabinetry that was pretty rough. It had seen better days. It was kind of falling apart in a few spots. And we had a drop ceiling. And my husband is very tall. He is 6'5". And so our drop ceiling was only about 2 inches above his head. So it was time to demo, and we did that. And the new kitchen, I'll put it there, is all done. We love it so much. I got to sand and paint all those cabinets, and we picked out some beautiful countertops. Every ounce of it is a labor of love, of family who came and helped us. Both our dads, my husband's brother, my son helped me he helped me sand all those cabinets. It was a labor of love, and now we cherish it. We love being in there. We say that it's a really good kitchen to get well in. That's kind of my motto. And I get in there and I make my green smoothies and I do all of my juicing and make all my healthy meals that are helping my body. So we love getting to use our new kitchen. And it was done on a dime. It was done on a budget. You know, I didn't want to change out the cabinets and spend another $10,000 or something doing that. So just a nice coat of paint, and I painted the knobs and everything. And so a little labor of love, and now we get to enjoy the fruits of those labors. If my camera is bouncing, it's because it's attached to a little tray and there's a cat leaning against the tray. So he's probably stretching. And last of all is a little bit of book update. I still have a book coming out in October. It is The Heart of Bennet Hollow. It is a Pride and Prejudice retelling, and that's still coming along. And my publisher and I are very, very excited to get to release that. And I'm currently writing on a new one that will be part of that series. So it's something that I'm doing right now. It's bringing me joy. They've given me a deadline extension. They've given me an extra month and so much love and grace with the whole process. So I feel very, very supported with that. And actually my camera is mounted to this tray. It's a TV tray with a slant that I borrowed from a friend of mine. And so I can kind of recline and get comfy and do some writing and things. I'll probably use it to edit this video. And so I will say goodbye and I'll see you soon. I look forward to being back. It might be a little bit more time between videos. We'll kind of play it by ear. But I look forward to seeing you again. I look forward to talking about cross stitch. I look forward to hearing about your stitching. And once again, I would be honored and blessed by your prayers and just so thankful for this community. I have been very inspired lately by the stories of other women, other stitchers, who have been through their own experiences. One is Becky Crafty Mama. Another one is the Crow River Stitcher, and I'm sure that there are many, many more who have inspired me from afar, that they were brave for their journeys and they helped me be brave for mine. So that's that. Thanks for sitting with me and letting me film this video. It was definitely a little bit daunting. I was a little bit nervous, but now sitting down and chatting with you all and feeling just the comfort of your presence and knowing that you're on the other side of the screen brings me a lot of a lot of comfort. So that's what I'm thankful with Flosstube. And if you're a subscriber, always thank you. I'll post some updates on social media, on Instagram, and I have a Facebook page. So if you want to see any updates, I'll probably post some updates along the way. And the GoFundMe that I linked below has a spot to post updates. So I'm hoping to be able to post some updates there as well. So I'll see you guys really soon. Bye. Here's that tray with the camera mount and a very sleepy kitty cat. He's there. And we got another kitty cat. She's sleeping right there. Yeah. Hey, buddy. It's good to see you. Enjoy your nap.